Hi, friends. Cortney Kane Sides here, your spiritual advisor and psychic medium. Let's set our monthly intention. Go ahead, take a good deep breath in with me. Big exhale out. Let's call on those guides and angels and let's see what comes through. Guides and angels on our right, guides and angels on our left, guides and angels in front, and guides and angels in back. Balancing and harmonizing our time here, leaving us in the light and allowing nothing but the highest, truest, or the best to manifest upon us now. In my intention with setting a monthly intention is to help keep my mindset going forward, being productive within my life or my spiritual quest, my goals, my energetic goals, my heartfelt goals, the goals of connection, right? And these intentions help me when I'm breathing in purpose to tell me where I'm going towards. Where's my intention setting? Where's that arrow pointing? And today, when we call on those guides and angels, I keep hearing it's time to take our space. It's time to take our space. So your intention is I take space. So many of us make our energy small because we feel as though it makes everybody else comfortable. We feel as though it is being polite. We come up with these different phrases, these different thoughts about why it's not okay for us to shine as bright as we are. Guys, when we do this intention, I always paint the energy that I feel and connect with that and paint that information through the canvas, through the energy of this information that comes through. And when I say that, I immediately see the color purple. And this feels like massive transformation for you. It is time for you, for me, for us all to take our space, to quit feeling and making our energy small, to appease the energy, the world around us. Stop making yourself fit into a smaller box. Demand, the world around you to see you for who you are and what you are. Many will even, many of you that are empathic will almost quiet your thoughts, quiet your mind, quiet your thoughts, quiet your opinions, quiet your, everything, quiet yourself in a way that in time, many of you finally have a breaking point. Does that make sense? You will reach your breaking point when you're saying, this relationship no longer serves me, this career, I can't do this anymore. And very often it's because we go into sometimes these things appeasing everybody else around us. So showing up with love, showing up with heart, but being okay and allowing yourself, take a breath with me, to be seen. Allow yourself to take the space that you can take, that you've always been able to have. But because you were taught to not disrupt somebody, whether it's, they had an emotional, they were, maybe we grew up in families, I'm getting chills as I say this, but maybe we grew up in families where we didn't want to upset mom or dad. We were afraid to have our own emotion. And so what we did is we kind of put our own thoughts and feelings and emotions to the wayside. And so what happens is we grow up and we want to mother and everybody else and caretake everybody else. But actually, that almost feels like that's being done in maybe even a traumatic way for you because you learn to have peace in your life was something you could only do if everybody else was at peace. How about you being innately in your body and at peace within yourself first? Breathing your space out, taking time to feel what it is that you feel like, allowing yourself to understand that your heart is important, your emotions are important, your groundedness is important, and not just important, it's so vital for this next phase that you're moving into. You're being called to speak up, and you're being called to share in a way that you haven't been sharing. And the only way that's going to happen, my friend, if you are brave enough to be you, and if you are brave enough to speak from the heart, and that if you are brave enough to take your space in only the way that you can. Now, guys, that might be as simple as when you're feeling the need to caretake others. And I mean caretaking others where it's not really your responsibility, a friendship that you feel like you've got to, you know, make nice, or the relationship that you're a little hyper vigilant about. Just simply taking your space might be first in just you witnessing the thing that you typically do. Taking the breath in, exhaling the energy out, and breathing in that peaceful purple energy, and knowing that at least through your observation of, oh, there I go doing that thing that I do, observing it with no judgment, exhaling that energy out, is going to create more of a peaceful moment for yourself. And I'm telling you, when you create those mini moments of peace, those mini moments of you learning to connect with you, and then you learning to be comfortable in your own space, and then you learning to be okay to take up the full energy of your space. That is massive soul work, and you're here to witness this. You're here to feel it. You're here to sometimes even be uncomfortable. You're here to maybe even sometimes feel, man, back in the day I would have said that I was being selfish, or if I take space for myself, the family, this person feels like this or that, right? Take a breath with me. But the most important thing is that you're starting to create a thought, a breath, and a moment. And this shift and this change in you begins with that. Your intention for your heart, for your energy, is that you will be taking the space and no longer making yourself small. You have a job to do here, and it will not be fulfilled until you honor who you are, your breath, your light, your truth, and you take up the full arena of you. Your intention is, again, creating and taking the space of you. That purple is that peaceful energy. That yellow is you choosing you. It's you coming back to your highest source, your highest connection of knowing and light. Only you can do this, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this intention. I love you, and I'll see you later. If you have a friend that you know could really hear this, do me a favor, send this to them. Make sure you're subscribing to that channel, and I'll see you next month.